Hello guys, hello. So in this video we are actually going to answer the questions from the previous video that I've actually posted today of question 3, which consisted of 3 questions inside it, like they were like 3.1, 2 and 3 and 4, right? So the very first question was to determine the value of what of x, right? So first thing it's first, we were told that this pattern is a what? It's a quadratic sequence, a quadratic pattern sequence, same thing, right? And after being told that, we were also given the pattern right here. X is one of the terms of the pattern, but it's missing. Okay, so okay, we have quite a lot of numbers over here. If we can like work with it precisely, we can like actually work with it. We have quite a lot of information that is going to be like helpful for us to actually answer the rest of the questions. Okay, so the first question is to determine the value of x. Okay, so you guys know that with a quadratic sequence we actually have the first difference, right? First difference, okay, and second difference right over here. Okay, so we have the first and second difference. We get this value over here by saying minus 6 minus 9, we get 3. And then 1 minus 6, we get 7. 12 minus 1, we get what? An 11. I get 12 minus a positive 1. Here it was a minus 6 minus a negative 9. You understand? So we get this value for those two, and then for those two, 1 minus 6, we get a 7, and then for 12 minus 1, we get an 11, and then for here, x minus 12, we must get a 15. Okay, let me get to this one. The first difference of our quadratic sequence, you guys must know that it's a linear pattern. The first difference of our what? Of our quadratic sequence, it's a what? It's a linear pattern, meaning that the difference between T2 and T1, it's gonna be 4, right? And the difference between 11 and 7 must equal to the difference between 7 and 3, right? Meaning the difference is constant. With a linear pattern or an arithmetic pattern, the difference is what? It's constant. That's why our second difference, it's just for all these values, for all the differences between of these values right here, it's like 4. Okay, so meaning good to, we know that the difference between those two must be 4. Okay, and then the difference between 11 and 7 must be 4, and the difference between 11 and an unknown number right here must be what? Must be 4. So the number that must be here, it's what? It's 15, because when we say 4 plus 11, we get a what? A 15, meaning good to a 15 minus 11, it will actually give us a what? A 4. That's why our value right here, it's what? It's 15, right? Okay, that's okay. So since our value right here, it's 15, meaning good to the difference between x and 12, it's equals to what? Equals to 15. The value that we got right here, it's equals to 15. So you might as well say that, okay, since the difference between x and 12 it's 15, then we might as well take 15 and add it with 12 to get x. You understand? So our value right here, we got what? We got 27. 27 right here. Meaning when we take 27 and deduct 12, what do we get? We must get 15 right here. And that is actually the value that we get, That was even like, I feel like the question right here was actually kind of like straightforward. Okay, so yes, so the difference between the x and 12, it's 15. So to get the value of x, you're gonna say 15 plus 12 equals to the value of x, which I've written it somewhere. Then I've said therefore the value of x is 12, which is this one over here, plus 15, which is this one over here, equals to what? Our 27. This right here is the value of what? Of our x. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. The next question says that we must determine the nth term of the what? Of the pattern, meaning the formula. Determine a formula for the nth term of the pattern. Okay, so with a quadratic sequence, we have three things that we are working with. We are working with 2a, 3a plus b, a plus b plus c. Note that 2a equals to what? Our first value of our second difference. But this one doesn't really match because the second difference, either way, it's the same. But it's equals to the second, the first value of our what? Of our second difference, which is a 4. And then 3a plus b equals to what? The first value of our first difference at all times. Okay, and then the a plus b plus c equals to what? The first value of the actual pattern.